What is going on, my patriots? How y'all guys doing? Welcome to another edition of You Guessed the Joel Davis Media Network. Sorry for the mess behind me. Kind of still trying to go through some things to prepare for packing and things of that nature for in the future. But I didn't come here to talk about that. If it's your first time tuning into the broadcast, again, thank you for coming by and chilling with us over here at Joel Davis Media Network. And hopefully, if you stay long enough, we can actually go into further details in how to make sure you catch us every time we either are live or if we got a new upload. Now, with my dog barking in the background, let's jump into this. So this morning I was at work, busting my behind, didn't have time to look at any kind of news until recently. As I got home, roughly around about 3 o'clock, I checked my phone for the first time and I saw news flash Tucker Carlson being fired from Fox News. Now that threw me for a loop because I'm like, what? No way. And now what really threw me for a loop is Don Lemonade also got let go a few hours later. So I'm going to jump into both articles on why both of these major network broadcasters got let go so far, what we've heard in the news and what they're telling us right now that's out because it's still fresh. And then I will give you my synopsis on the situation. First and foremost, let's jump into Don Lemonade, the guy who has been terrorizing us with bad commentary, ratings, you name it, for the longest. So we're going to go ahead on here and jump into his situation. Let's go. So Don Lemon is out at CNN after the guest revolt. Now, when they said the guest revolt, they're talking about the conservative guy running for president. His last name starts with an R. He's very, I would say, mildly conservative, more on the libertarian side to me. But he do have a lot of common sense policies that he talks about. But I don't feel like he's that it factor to make other countries take notice. But that's just my personal opinion. Don Lemon announced Monday morning that he had been fired from CNN in the wake of a series of on and off screen incidents that had damaged the longtime host's reputation. Now, Lemon's departure became less than an hour after Fox News announced it had parted ways with Tucker Carlson, the biggest star in cable news. Y'all give me 1 second. Let me let my dog out. Hold on. Now, though CNN framed Lemon's exit as a mutual decision, he made clear that he had been canned in a note posted to social media, which he lamented that nobody at CNN had informed him of the news directly. Now, I'm going to go to the link here and read the whole entirety of this. You're probably not going to see it, but I'm already on Twitter to read it. I was informed this morning by my agent that I have been terminated by CNN. I am stunned after 17 years at CNN. I would have thought that someone in management would have had the decency to tell me directly. At no time was I ever given any indication that I would not be able to continue to do the work I have loved at the network. It is clear that there are some larger issues at play. With that said, I want to thank my colleagues and the many teams I've worked with for an incredible run. They are the most talented journalists in the business, and I wish them all the best. Now, that was viewed so far by 25.8 million people on Twitter. Now, CNN came back with the following statement. Don Lemon's statement about this morning's events is inaccurate. He was offered an opportunity to meet with the management, but instead released a statement on Twitter. Now, in February, Lemon, who co-hosted CNN This Morning, after a long stint in primetime, stirred up outrage when he commented that GOP presidential candidate Nikki Haley, who is 51, wouldn't win the nomination because she isn't in her prime. Yeah, he did. He really did say that. Then, that wasn't the only worst slip up on the air. More seriously, they said early this month he has a long history of misogynistic jokes, insults, and threats against women he worked with. The New York Times reports that the bad press had dented Lemon's appeal to both guests and viewers. In recent weeks, CNN's bookers had discovered that some guests did not want to appear on air with Mr. Lemon. And research on the morning show reviewed by CNN executives found that his popularity with audiences had fallen. Never one to miss an opportunity. Donald Trump danced on Lemon's grave in Truth Social post. My only question is, what took them so long? So, if y'all haven't heard with the CNN situation here, let me switch views right quick, guys. Hold on. Hold on. Playing around with it. All right, I'll go this way. I'll go this way. So, if y'all haven't heard on that note, right, with the whole CNN thing, there was a guy that's supposed to be a conservative took over CNN as CEO, and he's been doing a lot of changes. And his goal is to start making CNN be like they used to be once, a very liberal, very libertarian channel. You know what I'm saying? They didn't lean too far on the left or too far on the right. But the thing about it is, fast forward now, people are tired of these news personalities trying to appeal to this woke ideology. You know, people want to hear news from a non-biased perspective a lot of times. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I know I listen to a lot of conservative news that are also very biased against liberals at all times almost. But there are some news people that are very fair. They're going to go by what's right, what's morally right. And again, Don Lemonade lost his way on that. I mean, then you got to remember too, he had a sexual assault allegedly, where a man said that he grabbed his stuff while he was on vacation. I mean, he's just got a lot of reports out there where people say Don Lemonade is very nasty. You know, he's not that guy that should be the face of CNN. So I'm glad they got rid of him. I mean, you know, and I guarantee you, I wouldn't be surprised next MSNBC going to get rid of the Joy Reid. Her time's going to be torn in soon. I mean, people getting tired of this woke stuff. It's not helping their ratings. People don't want to hear about wokeology all the time. The people that do want to hear that all the time, those people are miserable. They don't look at sports. They don't try to find out what the weather's going to be like. Nothing. The only thing they live for is what racial card I could play today. So again, good riddance to Don Lemonade. Glad that he's gone. Don't miss him at all. In fact, I would be glad if he never ever gets in front of the camera again. He sucked. It really is. It really sucked. I mean, he's never done anything major to me as an American journalist that makes you want to say, damn, I really think that Don is an amazing journalist. Every time I think of Don Lemonade, I think about, damn, what is he going to bitch about and cry about and lie about today? Now, since I got that out the way, let's go on to my next guy who this really shocked me because I wasn't even seeing this coming, and this is Tucker Carlson. Now, the Tucker Carlson situation is by far the strangest release that anybody was expecting. Tucker Carlson is out at Fox News after Dominion lawsuit disclosures. In a surprise announcement, Fox News said Monday that its controversial yet top-rated primetime host Tucker Carlson is leaving the network. Fox News Media and Tucker Carlson have agreed to part ways. The network said in a statement, "We thank him for his service to the network as a host and prior to that as a contributor." The apparently hasty parting, Carlson gave no indication he was leaving in his last nightly appearance Friday, and the network was still running promos for his show Monday morning. Came less than a week after Fox settled a defamation lawsuit from Dominion voting systems, which had sued the network for false claims about the 2020 election. Carlson was among several on-air personalities expected to testify. Give me 1 second. Carlson's private messages were among hundreds of internal communications made public in the course of the lawsuit that caused anguish and embarrassment for Fox and heightened the company's legal jeopardy. Fox ultimately agreed to pay Dominion $787.5 million. Among other comments, Carlson expressed skepticism of the election fraud claims made on air by attorneys affiliated with Donald Trump and declared that he passionately hates the former president whose rise to power had been cheered by Fox. But it was Carlson's comments about Fox management, as revealed in the Dominion case, that played a role in his departure from Fox. Now, this is from a person close to the company. Do the executives understand how much credibility and trust we've lost with our audience? Carlson wrote to a colleague in a message a day after Fox, like other media outlets, called the election for Joe Biden. It was sentiment echoed by others at Fox in the fall of 2020, as even network officials who disbelieved Trump's election fraud conspiracy theories fretted that countering them strongly would alienate their conservative viewers. In another message, Carlson referred to management with an explicit, "Those fuckers are destroying our credibility." He later wrote, "A combination of incompetent liberals and top leadership with too much pride to back down is what happened." Carlson, who works from a remote studio in Maine, did not immediately respond to a message asking for comment on his departure, which came an hour from rival cable network CNN fired longtime host Don Lemon. Notably, Carlson was not given a chance to say goodbye to the mammoth audience he has amassed in his years as primetime host. His executive producer, Justin Wells, is also leaving the network, according to a person familiar with the move. Fox said the 8 p.m. time slot, which Carlson has since has held since April 2017 will be filled on an interim basis by rotating Fox personalities until a new host is named. Carson, 53, made his name in the 1990s. I mean, he was averaging 3.32 million total views in 2022. We're talking about between 25 and 54. Now, he has made people mad about immigration. He hosted he got called out for having Patriot Purge, and because he talked about January 6th being a false flag. So you can look this up on the website here of Washington Post for more. So I'm going to go ahead on and take this off. This off. So here's the thing, man. And I'm going to say this about Tucker Carlson. Tucker Carlson will be fine. I think the reason why they let Tucker go is because Tucker was exposing a lot of things that were going on behind the scenes, exposing a lot of things that's going on in America that nobody wants to talk about. And he was talking about those issues and he was making people feel uncomfortable. And I think what really took it to the edge was Dominion voting defamation lawsuit, because Dominion is a very big, large company. They are in charge of all the voting machines damn near in the U.S. And, you know, he hurt them with what he had amassed from all the information that he was gathering. Now, what's going to happen with Tucker? Tucker could probably go on Rumble, which I'm quite sure he probably go to Rumble because he likes to have freedom. And him and his executive producer could start his own show there, and he would kill it. I mean, he would amass millions of people overnight. And I'm just happy for Tucker Carlson for actually stepping out of his comfort zone and proceed on to go to bigger and better things. Like I said, Tucker's going to be fine. Unlike Don Lemonade, that's a whole nother story because he went woke, and he's got to pray that the woke audience is going to even chime in and pay that type of bread to see him versus what Tucker Carlson has to do. Not that much of nothing. Now, him dissing Donald Trump, he ain't the first conservative that don't like Donald Trump. And if that means he don't like Donald Trump, doesn't mean that I'm not going to still fuck with him. I mean, the guy's an awesome journalist. He's entitled to his own opinion, his own thoughts. But hey, we'll see what happened. See who's going to be next on the list that's going to show up to show out. If you love everything that I just brought to you in this broadcast, please like, share, subscribe. With that being said, you know what it is. I'm out.